Hello. So we have some amazing news coming out just now. Bitcoin reacting really nicely here. So the breaking news here is that the SEC just lost a lawsuit against the Grayscale. As we all know, Grayscale has a trust, GBTC, which is been trading for some while now, and it was an interesting product from the beginning, but it's outdated now, and they wanted to convert it to a spot Bitcoin ETF, basically. But the SEC basically denied them and didn't allow this to happen. Grayscale basically took a lawsuit against them, and the news just came out that they won this, which means that the blocker that the SEC gave them is not in place anymore. Now, this doesn't automatically mean that the GBTC trust can be automatically converted to the ETF. There are still some things to get done, but I think this is the biggest hurdle that's now moved away. This is great news for GBTC, for owners of the GBTC, for Grayscale in general, but it's also an amazing news for every other Bitcoin ETF application, because this now means that in order for SEC to block or deny any future ETFs, they'll have to come up with really, really strong reasons. And I don't think they have them. So that's why the market reacted so nicely. So yeah, this is amazing news. This is definitely something I was talking about. So I mentioned a couple of times that the whole narrative now can change in an instant moment based on the ETF approval. So the BlackRock ETF. So that's the big one. Grayscale is a big one as well, but the main one is the BlackRock. And this is this just paves the way for the BlackRock ETF approval, because if the SEC lost against Grayscale, BlackRock has much stronger arguments than the Grayscale have. So I think this is really, really great news, great sign for future ETF approvals as well. And as we can see, it's also reacted, like it's also seen in the price action as we see. Bitcoin reacted massively. If we go on a smaller time frame, that was basically how big of a move is this? Like almost 7% move in a matter of 30 minutes, basically. Considering what we had so far, like this is amazing. Bullish. So yeah, as I said, I want to see some narrative shift before we can start becoming bullish. We're definitely seeing this now. As the next step for me to become bullish is, I also said, reclaim of this resistance. If we close like this now, above the red box, these two things are already the first signs I'm looking for. So I don't want this to retrace back into the red now. I don't want, or even below that would be another sign of weakness in my opinion. But so far it's looking good. I hope for continuation. And as I said, this is just the first step now. We're still waiting for the main ETF news to come out. And as I said, the Grayscale lawsuit, this is not automatic. This just means that the blocker that the SEC put, so SEC basically blocked Grayscale from transforming the GBTC trust into a spot ETF. This is now undone. So this basically means a green light for the process. That doesn't automatically mean it happens. Now Grayscale need to go over all the other hurdles. But still, this was the biggest hurdle for them. This was the biggest blocker, and now they can continue. Just looking at the price action now as we speak, it seems like it wants to retrace and fade this move, which is not the best. But we had massive volume, the biggest volume in a while, biggest candle. At least looking on, this is on Coinbase. Yeah, the biggest volume in a while now. So as I said, what I'm looking for now, Bitcoin must close above this. This is like the bare minimum in price action. So we must close above the red box. and it must close it decisively. If it closes, even if it closes like this doesn't look really strong. It doesn't mean it's automatically rejected, but it's not the best look. It's not something I'm looking for. I'll really hope like the Bitcoin closes today in the evening, like at least above this top of the green candle. That would be something I'm looking for, like strength in the move, strength in the up move, and then we'll go from there. So those are just the first two signs I'm looking for. But looking with all the news, as I said, the narrative can shift instantly, and this was one of the things I was waiting for. What we must do now is wait for the main ETF request, basically from BlackRock, and see what that will bring us. There's still a chance it will be delayed. That's quite a reasonable thing to wait for, like to expect at the moment. Like that doesn't mean like that they will be automatically approved. That can still happen, and that would still be probably bearish. But still, looking in a 6-month timeline, this probably means it will be approved, which is a really good sign. So even if it gets delayed, I think now it's less bearish than it was an hour ago when we didn't have this lawsuit won by Grayscale. So all things in all, I think this is looking promising. Now, this doesn't automatically mean we go to 40K immediately. We still need to wait. But these are the first signs I was looking for. So some narrative shift, some positive price action in Bitcoin, and so on. So that's what I'm looking for. Okay, that was just a quick one. If you like the news, if you like the content, please like and subscribe, and I'll keep you posted. Thank you, everyone.